Good day, everyone. I am Oftheworld, your guide to the captivating tales of the world, now as the springtime air fills our lungs and the world around us blooms with life. It's time to delve into a topic that's as vibrant as the season itself. Easter, a holiday steeped in tradition. Easter is a cornerstone of Christian culture, celebrated with gusto around the world. But what exactly is Easter? Why is it so significant? And how did it evolve into the colorful festival we know today? These questions and more will be answered as we embark on this journey, exploring the rich tapestry of Easter, its history, symbols, and global celebrations. So whether you're a devout Christian, a curious onlooker, or someone who just loves a good Easter egg hunt, there's something here for everyone. So buckle up, friends, as we hop down the bunny trail of Easter's rich history. Now, the story of Easter starts a long time ago, in a world quite different from ours. Let's wind back the clock to the ancient times when pagan festivals were the norm. Spring was a time of rebirth and renewal, and the festival of Eostre, named after the Germanic goddess of dawn and spring, was celebrated with much fervor. It was during this festival that symbols we now associate with Easter, such as eggs and rabbits, were first used to signify new life and fertility. As Christianity spread across Europe, the early church faced a challenge: how to convert the pagans who were deeply entrenched in their own traditions and beliefs. The clever solution was to incorporate the pagan festivals into the Christian calendar, and so the festival of Easter was transformed into the Christian holiday of Easter. The cornerstone of this newly minted holiday was the resurrection of Jesus Christ. According to Christian belief, Jesus was crucified on a Friday, now known as Good Friday, and his body was laid to rest in a tomb. But come the first light of Sunday, the tomb was found empty. Jesus had risen from the dead, conquering death and sin, and offering salvation to all who believe in him. This miraculous event, known as the resurrection, is at the heart of the Easter celebration. It is a time of joy and thanksgiving, a time to remember the sacrifice of Jesus and celebrate his victory over death. So you see, Easter is a complex tapestry woven from threads of pagan and Christian traditions. It's a fusion of the ancient celebrations of spring and the Christian commemoration of the resurrection. It's a time of joy and reflection, of rebirth and renewal. And thus, Easter evolved from a pagan celebration into a cornerstone of Christian faith. You might be wondering, where do bunnies and eggs fit into this religious tale? Well, let's hop into it. The Easter bunny, that chocolate-loving, egg-delivering hare, isn't mentioned in any religious texts. But don't let that fool you. This fluffy creature's origins are steeped in ancient rituals. Symbolizing fertility and new life, rabbits were associated with the pagan festival of Eostre, which celebrated the arrival of spring. As Christianity spread, these pagan symbols were woven into the fabric of Easter, thus giving birth to the Easter bunny tradition we know today. Now, let's crack open the mystery of Easter eggs. Eggs, like rabbits, are potent symbols of fertility and rebirth. In Christian tradition, they also represent the tomb of Jesus, from which he resurrected. The practice of painting eggs, known as pisanka, dates back to ancient times, with the colorful designs symbolizing life, health, and prosperity. Today, we've swapped the paintbrush for chocolate and candy, but the symbolism remains. And then we have Easter parades, a tradition that's more modern than you might think. These grand processions filled with elaborately decorated bonnets and outfits originated in the mid-19th century. After attending Easter services, the wealthy would parade their new spring outfits along the avenues, a tradition that eventually evolved into the festive parades we see today. Lastly, let's not forget the Easter lamb, a symbol with deep Christian roots. Representing Jesus, the Lamb of God, it's a potent reminder of the religious significance of Easter amidst the chocolate eggs and bunnies. So, from fertility symbols to religious iconography, from ancient rituals to modern-day parades, Easter traditions are a fascinating blend of the old and the new, the sacred and the whimsical. They tell a story of transformation, adaptation, and the enduring power of symbolism. And there you have it, the colorful traditions of Easter, a blend of the old and new, the sacred and the whimsical. Now, let's take our Easter basket and travel around the globe. As we embark on this journey, we'll discover that Easter celebrations are as diverse as the cultures that observe them. From the chilly north of Finland to the sunny beaches of Australia, the spirit of Easter is manifested in a variety of unique and fascinating traditions. In the heart of Europe, in Hungary, people celebrate Easter Monday with a tradition called sprinkling. Men visit the homes of their female friends and relatives, recite a special poem, and sprinkle them with perfume or water. This is believed to promote health and beauty for the year ahead. Not too far from Hungary, we find ourselves in Italy, where Easter, or Pasqua, is celebrated with a week-long series of events. On Good Friday, many towns stage dramatic processions or reenactments of the Passion of Christ. And on Easter Sunday, Italians enjoy a lavish feast, which often includes a traditional cake called colomba pasquale, shaped like a dove, symbolizing peace and resurrection. Traveling across the Atlantic, we land in Mexico, where the Passion Play of Iztapalapa, one of the largest and most fervent religious events in the world, takes place. Every Good Friday, thousands of people participate in a mile-long reenactment of the last days of Jesus Christ. Now let's hop over to the Philippines. Here, the Easter tradition of Salubong represents the meeting of the risen Christ and his mother, Mary. The event, held at dawn on Easter Sunday, is a festive affair filled with music, dance, and processions. Lastly, we jet off to Greece, where the island of Chios hosts an unusual Easter celebration, the Rocket War. Two rival parishes launch homemade rockets at each other's bell towers on the night of the Holy Saturday, aiming to ring the opponent's bell. It's truly fascinating to see how a single holiday can be interpreted and celebrated in so many diverse ways across the globe. From sunrise services in the United States to the Rocket War in Greece, Easter truly is a global celebration. Ready for some egg-citing Easter trivia? Let's crack into it. Easter is a holiday rich with tradition and brimming with fun facts that might just surprise you. Did you know that the world's largest Easter egg was made in Argentina? It stood a towering 27 feet high and was made of chocolate. That's an egg you wouldn't want to drop. And speaking of chocolate, it's no secret that Easter is a sweet tooth's paradise. In fact, it's the second biggest candy-consuming holiday after Halloween. In the United States alone, more than 90 million chocolate bunnies are made each year. And here's a fun tidbit: a whopping 76% of people eat the ears on chocolate bunnies first. But let's not forget about the Easter egg hunts. These festive searches are a favorite tradition for many, but did you know that the largest ever Easter egg hunt took place in Florida, with over 500,000 eggs waiting to be found? That's a lot of searching. And while we're on the subject of eggs, you might be interested to know that in the past, eggs were dyed with natural ingredients. Onion peels were used for yellow, red cabbage for blue, and beets for red. A far cry from the vibrant dye kits we use today. Speaking of traditions, the White House Easter egg roll is an annual event held on the lawn of the president's residence. It started back in 1878 and has been a staple of Easter celebrations in the US ever since. Finally, let's talk about Easter bonnets. These festive hats date back to the mid-19th century, when ladies would debut their new spring wardrobes at Easter services. Today, the Easter bonnet tradition lives on in the annual New York City Easter Parade, where participants show off their most creative and extravagant hats. So next time you're at an Easter gathering, you can impress everyone with your egg-cellent Easter knowledge. Easter is more than just a day of egg hunts and candy, wouldn't you agree? It's a day of celebration, of remembrance, and of hope. In today's world, Easter holds a unique significance. For Christians, it is undeniably a day of profound religious importance, marking the resurrection of Jesus Christ. It's a time to reflect on the themes of sacrifice, redemption, and the eternal promise of life. A time to gather in churches worldwide, to sing hymns of jubilation and to share in the joy of an empty tomb and a risen Lord. But Easter's significance extends even beyond these religious connotations. It is also a celebration of spring, of rebirth and renewal. As the harsh winter recedes and the world bursts into bloom, Easter arrives like a herald of hope, reminding us of the cyclical nature of life, the promise of brighter days, and the beauty of new beginnings. Easter eggs, a universal symbol of Easter, encapsulate this beautifully. They are not just a fun element for children to find in gardens and parks, they are a symbol of life, fertility, and rebirth, echoing the theme of resurrection and the promise of a fresh start. In a world often fraught with challenges and uncertainties, Easter provides a moment of respite, a moment to reflect on the values of love, sacrifice, and hope that it represents. It's a time to connect with family, to extend a hand of charity, and to celebrate the beauty of life. The significance of Easter today also lies in its unifying power. Despite regional differences in celebrations, the underlying message of Easter resonates universally. It's a day that brings people together, irrespective of their geographical boundaries or cultural nuances. At its core, Easter is a testament to the enduring power of faith and the human spirit's indomitable resilience. It's a day that encourages us to embrace change, to cherish life, and to keep hope alive even in the face of adversity. Easter, a day of faith, renewal, and yes, a whole lot of chocolate. Well, friends, our journey through the history of Easter is coming to an end. We've hopped through the annals of time, from the ancient origins of Easter, rooted in pagan celebrations and Christian traditions. We've seen how the resurrection of Jesus Christ has been commemorated through this vibrant festival. A time when believers and non-believers alike pause to reflect on themes of rebirth and renewal. We've explored the fascinating realm of Easter symbols and traditions. Who knew that the humble egg could carry such rich symbolism, or that the energetic Easter bunny had its roots in medieval folklore? It's been quite the eye-opener, hasn't it? We've journeyed around the globe, observing the myriad ways Easter is celebrated, from the solemn processionals in Spain to the water fights in Poland and the vibrant parades in the Caribbean. Each culture adds its unique flavor to the Easter celebrations. We've shared some fun Easter facts. Did you know that the world's largest Easter egg, standing taller than a giraffe, was created in Italy? Or that the tradition of Easter bonnets harks back to the notion of celebrating new life in spring? Quite egg-citing, isn't it? In the midst of all the fun and festivities, we've also taken a moment to reflect upon the significance of Easter today. It's a time for renewal, for hope, and for celebrating the triumph of life over death. In the end, whether you're a believer or not, Easter offers us all a moment to pause and reflect, to appreciate the cyclical nature of life, and to celebrate the spirit of renewal and rebirth that spring brings. And with that, we've cracked open the history of Easter. Thank you for joining me, Oftheworld, on this extraordinary journey. Before we part ways, I have a few quick things to mention. You've journeyed with me through the origins and traditions of Easter, all the way to its contemporary significance. I hope you've enjoyed our trip as much as I have. Now it's time for you to join the voyage actively. If you've found yourself intrigued by our Easter exploration, do me a favor and hit that like button. It's a small gesture that goes a long way. It helps spread the word about these fascinating stories we're uncovering together. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. This simple action ensures you won't miss out on any future journeys we undertake. Moreover, sharing is caring, as they say. If you think a friend, a family member, or even a random internet stranger might enjoy this video, go ahead and share it with them. After all, the more, the merrier on this world-trekking adventure. Now let's make this a two-way street. I've shared a heap of Easter traditions and fun facts with you, but I'm sure there's a wealth of knowledge among you as well. Comment below your favorite Easter traditions or any fun Easter facts you know. Let's keep the conversation going, and who knows, your insights might end up in a future video, making you a part of this grand storytelling adventure. Finally, a massive thank you to everyone who has joined me today. Your curiosity and enthusiasm make this journey worthwhile. Remember, the world is full of stories waiting to be told. Each culture, each tradition, each holiday like Easter reveals a new chapter in this grand book we call Earth. Until our next journey, stay curious, stay excited. Keep that spirit of exploration alive within you. This is Oftheworld signing off.